How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to the Beard Manners channel. My name is Jason. As you can see by the title, today we're going to be talking about something a little bit different than usual. So yeah, as you can see, this is a very different subject for us. Something I've never really hit on, something I've never really thought too much about. But someone messaged me recently and asked a question. It's more about their son, but was asking if we were monetized on YouTube, and if so, how do you go about doing it? So, you know, look, I'm a very transparent person. Yes, we are monetized on YouTube. How do you go about doing it? Well, that's quite a deep question. If I start from the beginning of this with my YouTube, so my YouTube is always just about getting the brand out there, getting our message across, trying to help people, trying to help educate as best we can with beard care routines and things like that. A way of voicing things. I'm a big believer in that people can read context very wrong in text form, in blogs and things like this. And I wanted people to get who I was from the start. And, you know, by just seeing me on the camera, you get exactly what you get with me, which is actually a big thing, in my opinion, with the YouTubing. Now, so I wasn't doing it with the intentions of getting monetized. It got to the stage where I stumbled across what monetization was. You have to hit certain goals to get monetized, and I've been monetized for around a year now. Unless it's changed, I believe that what you have to achieve is a total of 1,000 followers and a total of 4,000 view hours within a rolling year. So if you don't hit it with the year, it starts from scratch. You go again. Once you apply for it and then wait to hear back. So to some that might sound hard, to some it might sound easy. I personally think that's a reasonably difficult thing to do if you're starting from scratch, if you're a new business and new brand and you don't have experiences behind you. Now, once I figured out what the goals and margins were to make it into monetization, I'm a brand new business. Of course, I looked into doing it from there because every little penny counts. And I started watching all the YouTube videos about how to become a paid YouTuber, how to become a partner of YouTube, things like this. And what I stumbled across straight away is what you've got is lots of people that have got very big successful YouTubes saying things like, I started this YouTube and within a month it was monetized. And, you know, there's lots of biased opinions on there and it's very blasé with it. And, you know, I think people are trying to help. But what I think comes across with me is that I'm a real person like a lot of us are. I don't have the celebrity status. I don't have the tens of thousands of pounds to invest heavily in fantastic equipment, advertising, marketing, all of this stuff. And it's hard to receive advice and opinions on how to do something from people like that because we're not all in that bracket. You know, when you've got someone who's giving you a tutorial on how to start with YouTube, and you look at their early videos and they have literally got a studio's worth of recording equipment. They can record things from different angles, different shots, the editing equipment they've got. Perhaps they had a background in this already in photography and video editing and videography and things like that. Whereas you look at me, for example, I'm 2 years into this now and I think coming up to 100 videos, and I'm still just doing it off of my iPhone with a basic light on top of the iPhone, on the iPhone, sorry, with basic microphone recording equipment. You know, I don't do fancy editing. I don't do multiple shots. I'd love to be there at some stage, but the fact of the matter is even if I had half a dozen cameras to do all that stuff, I haven't got the knowledge on how to do it. So, yeah, so this is coming at you with a realistic version of if you want to try and make it on a YouTube channel or make it as a YouTuber and to try and do it. So as I said at the start of this, I think being yourself is always a very important one. I've only ever approached YouTube just being 100% who I am. You've only got to watch 2 of my videos to see I'm exactly the same type of person. You need to, I think, be a little bit clever with the titles. I think that's a very big thing with YouTube. Think of YouTube as though it's a Google setup program. It's not like Facebook where you search for things and the algorithm throws it all in front of you. It's almost more like a search engine. So when you're looking, like when you look for a video, how do you search for a video? If you're looking for a video on how to grow a big beard, you would literally write how to grow a good beard. So if the title of the video that you've done on this and your video on how to grow a big beard is the question that people would ask, that's going to help it throw up into people's search engines. If you've done a video on how to grow a good beard and you've worded it along the lines of a path on greatness within the beard growing world, then it's going to struggle to find. It's going to be struggle to be found. So that's something that helps. Then you've got the whole sales technique. It's the very first picture sells. Whatever you use as your thumbnail. Now, the thumbnail, to those that don't know this, is the little picture that goes beside your video. You've got your name, you've got the picture of it. The thumbnail needs to be something that you think would attract the followers that you have, or the target audience that you're going to try and achieve. Again, with me, I try to be an open book, so I don't put fancy things on there. I try and keep the photo in line roughly with what the video is about. I'm lucky enough that I've got followers behind me already, and those that follow me through the YouTube channel, not through Beard Manners itself, the chances are most of my followers are bearded or something to do within the beard community. I know not all are. I know there's friends and family and other people as well, and other businesses. Likewise with me. But you've got to think of your target audience. So you can see straight away a big strategy I'm coming at with you here is how do you like to view things when you're searching for something on YouTube? Because that's a good giveaway into what people would like to see in yours. So it's those basics: a good title, a good description. Don't go over the top. People don't want to read what the whole entire video is before they've watched it. You need to try and keep your videos short and sweet, which is something I don't do. I waffle on and ramble on. But the bonus of me being that is I'm a talker and I'm being myself. The other sides of the YouTubing world, if you want to make it into being a YouTuber, is you have to have very realistic expectations. Now, yes, I am a paid partner of YouTube. It's something I don't shout about or go on too much about, purely because it's not what it's all made up to be. If you're one of these superstars that can make it into the hundreds of thousands of views per video, millions of views a video kind of category, then it's life-changing. If, like in my case, where you can look at mine and see I've had videos have gone up into the 17,000s and above. None of those are in monetization period. So I think out of all my top videos, all of them are outside of monetization. And if you're doing what I'm doing and averaging around about the 10,000 views a month, you're talking tens of pounds a month from Amazon. Now that does vary. It varies on your content, it varies on lots of other things to do with your videos, on the type of ads you're getting, because that is how you make the revenue primarily as a partner of YouTube, is through their adverts. So, you know, it's what advertisers want to use with your videos. Your videos go through basic tests to see what they're adhering to. Sometimes I'll bring up subjects to do with my personal enjoyment in life. I think most of you know what those are. You so much as mention these words and you lose the monetization. And you will notice, guys, I use those words in a lot because the monetization isn't the main thing for me with YouTube. And as I've just said, it's not enough to really care about. Of course, it's a help to a small business. Every little penny helps. But you have got to be realistic. If you're like I am and you've got the low thousands of followers and you get a few thousand views a month, you certainly won't be giving up your day job anytime soon. You won't even be earning enough to pay for fancy equipment. So you've got to be realistic. There are, of course, other opportunities and avenues to make revenue off of YouTube, all of which, in my opinion and in my experience, are more beneficial than YouTube is itself. But that's for at the stage I am. And don't forget, guys, my video is to try and help people who are like I am, that aren't striving to get the tens of thousands of followers and hundreds of thousands of views. They're just doing it at its own casual level, or just wanting to make a start into this. Now, other revenue streams you can have with YouTube are things like affiliateships. I have affiliateships with some whiskey brands. I have affiliateships with some selling platforms. Amazon's a good one if you can pass their affiliate program. So you'll often see with my videos, if I do a review or if I talk about something, I'll often drop in the link in the description. I'll drop links to some of the things that I use, like our recording equipment, our microphones, camera stands, coffee cups, things like that. So you can make little bits of commission from that. Now, again, you've got to be realistic. If you haven't got a lot of followers and you haven't got a lot of people going on it and a lot of people are cutting off your videos and not watching, then you're not going to make much money from that either. But, of course, it can all add together. And it all depends on your following and if you're wanting to do it. You know, it's more influencer stuff, which is something I'm definitely not trying to be. Again, it's that open book thing. Everyone who watches my videos knows that I'm into my whiskies, I'm into my cigars, I'm into my coffees. I'm a man of simple things in life. I'm a family man, foremost and most important of everything. But my personal hobbies are quite simplistic. And for people that like the stuff that I do, I'm the sort of guy that likes to try things. So I know, like in our private group on Facebook, the Beard Manners Lounge, I'm like that. I'm not a pusher. I don't say things to people like on my diet video. I'm not trying to persuade people to do the same type of diet that I do, but I go into depth as to why I like it and why I use it. I'm like this with things like coffees. I am a bit of a coffee snob. I will try lots of different things. Once I find something I like, I tend to stick with it. I don't feel the urge to try dozens more of things that might not be as good. Customer service plays a part with me. And most importantly, obviously, is the quality of the product, the service, the cost, and everything else. So when I share things like this in videos, it's less about I'm trying to get a commission. It's more about I'm trying to share with those that maybe don't want to have to spend all the money to try different things or to sample different things. It's just giving an opinion, and it's for the people that follow me that sit there and perhaps have the same tastes. You know, if you like bourbon whiskey, you know I like bourbon whiskey, and you like how I describe my whiskies and things like that, then you might have an interest in what my opinions are of a certain one that you've not tried. This is how YouTube works for me. I've got lots of people I follow on YouTube. I use them for all kinds of inspiration for things or for trying things, so much as, you know, I've never hidden that Jeremy Size is someone that I follow quite a lot. And, you know, for months I wanted to try picanha steak because of the guy, you know, and I got to try it and I very much enjoyed it. Some of the cigars I've tried have been through him. Some of the whiskies I've tried have been from stuff I in my wallet. I have no affiliate with these guys, but I have the OpenSea wallet, which for those of you that follow Jeremy Size would have seen this wallet. There's 2 or 3 videos on this. It's a fantastic wallet. I'm not going to open mine to show you like he does because mine's got cards in it. OpenSea don't send me free wallets to show off to everyone in the world. I'm not that size. But yeah, so you see what I mean? So I use YouTube as a tool for that, and I thoroughly enjoy YouTube. Often when I've got the house to myself, I'll be watching sport, I'll do a little bit of gaming, but primarily I'll do work or YouTube. I love to listen to YouTubes in the car. I obviously don't watch them, I will listen to them. I'm not so much into podcasts personally. But yeah, that's where I get a lot of stuff, and I'm trying to just do the same really. So you can make the commission from advertising, recommending, and things like that. What I would say is possibly, potentially, for most YouTubers, unless you get to a certain size, the best source of extra income with it is really the sponsorships you can have. For an example, if a company, we've had this a couple of times, a company will send you a product for free. They will ask your thoughts on it, and then they will make different kinds of offers to you. Again, I'm an open book. I had a paid partnership with the Brio products. They sent me the products. I tried them. I thought they were absolutely brilliant. In my video, I was honest about them. I do specify that they're high-end price-wise, but I think they're worth it. If you can't afford that money, then they're not going to be for you. If you can afford the money, then you're going to get you're going to get the quality that you're paying for. I gave them snippets of the feed of the videos. They then offered me a fee, and I'm not going to obviously I'll disclose that, but they offered me a fee for releasing the video and a commission on sales of the product. Now, I also had another brand, which I'm not going to mention for obvious reasons, but my wife can very much verify this is true. They sent me a load of free products. They weren't quite as expensive to purchase as Brio. They offered me far more money for the review. I mean, you're talking sort of, it would have been quite big. It would have been more than I'm going to realistically make on YouTube in the next couple of years. It was good money that I was offered to review this product. But I didn't like it. And my thought process was, yes, I could have made good money by recommending this. But then what would have happened is, which wouldn't have sat well with me, is you guys would have watched it. You would have gone to purchase this product, and then you would have felt, hang on a minute, this isn't that good. And then what happens is I lose your trust, deservedly so. And I've inadvertently sold myself to the devil. And this is what you don't get with me or Beard Manners. It's why the name Beard Manners is what it is. I'm a certain type of person. I take pride in who I am and doing things the right way, being honest, trying to help, not trying to take advantage. So, you know, so these are other sources you have as well. I know a lot of YouTubers will do this. Sometimes it's just sponsoring a channel. Magazines got stuck to my... Yeah, sometimes people might not want you to review a product. They might just want to pay to sponsor your channel, where what you'll do is at some point cut off and go over what the product or the brand is. So that's another source of making money with this. But the one thing I will say as well, like I said, I've already hit on this, is the most important part of this is you need to be patient and have an understanding of it. Just takes time. Yes, you can watch videos of other YouTubers that will tell you all you've got to do is this, that, and the other. But again, you know, I'm sitting here with an iPhone. It's the iPhone 14, I believe. If anything from the iPhone 14 onwards has the cinematic recording, sorry, which is where you can see like the slightly blurred background and it focuses on a certain point. That's helpful. So at the very least, if you can get a better quality kind of phone, ideally the cameras and everything help. But that's again, I'm not trying to be an actual YouTuber, so I don't feel the urge to go down that route. If you're wanting to be a professional YouTuber and that's your main source of income, then I think that's something you're going to have to do. The proper lighting equipment, the certain microphones. You notice with me as well, I've got my Samsung microphone, which is a big one I often have in front of me. I find that's the clearer of the two that I use. Very good quality. It was very expensive, very heavy duty. Almost puts my voice almost sounds different on that microphone. But for ease of purpose, I like the ones that I've got just now on my cap. I just have two on there because they both have a right-sided clip, so it wouldn't work. So a left-sided clip, so I had it on this side, it will be sort of poking into my skin. I just find them easy to use, fit for purpose. They're not quite as good a quality sound, but they're cheap and cheerful and they do the job. I'm also quite loud. I have quite a deep voice, so my voice tends to travel, so I don't need necessarily the higher end equipment. If you're a bit quieter, for example, a better microphone would be good. When I first started my YouTube videos and I wasn't as confident and every other word was when I used to do that all the time and I was a bit quieter, I found that a microphone helped quite a lot because I was trying to find myself. Whereas now I've done a lot more of them and I'm a lot more comfortable with the camera. It's a lot easier. And that's the other thing as well with this. The other advice is to try and be relaxed with it. The things I struggled with from a recording point of view is where to look. And you'll notice this in my videos. Sometimes when I'm not finding it as well, sometimes when I'm not in that zone, I'll wear sunglasses just to hide where I'm looking. With iPhone, they've got a nice little green dot that you are meant to look towards, or a silver circle, depending on the phone. It gives you an idea of where to look because it's not central to the phone. Often, if you're like I am, where you've got a light here, a laptop here to see roughly what you're up to make sure you're not making silly mistakes or the video doesn't stop. And then you've got the camera over there. What you find is you kind of look somewhere in between, which is what I'm doing now, and then the eye contact's gone. Whereas when you start looking at the lens, it becomes easier. So, and the other thing that helps me a lot is to stop thinking like I'm looking at a camera. What I find helps for me, and I don't have to overthink this, it's just how it is because I communicate with most of my followers. I can put names behind that camera. To me, I'm talking to certain people, and yes, new people will come on board, hopefully, with these videos. But yeah, I'm talking to a group of people who I communicate with and who trust me and I trust them. There's no drama on the page. Silly comments just get ignored. So for the most part, it feels like you're talking to friends. That helps a lot as well. But yeah, so those are my main tips. If you're wanting to get started with the YouTube thing, is those basics. The other little things I would say is be consistent. Don't be overbearing. You'll see some people who say post 2 videos a week. That might work for you. I don't think force videos. Sometimes I won't bring a video out for a couple of weeks, and it's just because I haven't thought of anything, and I just don't want to be forcing the content out because you're going to see it. I like to enjoy my videos and the topic I'm talking about. At this moment in time, I'm on a good spell. We all know that myself, the brand, and Beard Manners are doing a lot this year. I very much run off of positivity and being busy, so I'm in a good space right now, and everything's just working out, touch wood, as well as it can. So I've got a list of ideas of videos that I want to do. And then what also happens is I often ask you guys, so I get the feedback. So like this video, I wasn't asked to do a video, but it's a question I was asked. It was a deep conversation. So I thought, why not share it? Because, again, even if you're not wanting to be a YouTuber, you just want some extra revenue because it's tough times for people right now. So if you've got an interesting hobby or some opinions you can share, if a podcast is a route for you and you can make yourself a bit of extra money, YouTube is there as an opportunity. You could argue that it's saturated, but that's only if you're doing the same content. But even if it is the same content, I'm a huge believer in that there's only one you. You're an individual. As long as you're being yourself, you're unique and you're special in your own way. And people will hopefully buy into that. So keep consistent. You don't want to put people off. I find for me the 1 video a week is the sweet spot that works quite well. So I want to try and keep to that where I can. I like to vary the content as well. I know sometimes people will say to me, I asked a question, would you rather see more whiskey reviews, more beard content? And the vast majority wanted beard content. Problem with that is there's only so much you can do before you start repeating not only what other videos and YouTubers have already commented on. You're just going to repeat what you've already said. So I like to mix it up with the occasional whiskey review. I've done the live over Christmas, which I very enjoyed. There was a big problem with the sound afterwards. The first couple of days, it was fine. I don't know what's happened there, but the sound's a bit of a problem now. I'll leave the live up because you can still see it. But yeah, you know, so you've got, and then the other things like this is something that's completely different. I'm planning on doing a live show of me quite soon, making rum old fashioned the way I like to. Again, that's another subject where you're going to get right and wrong. You shouldn't do this, you should do that. No, what you should do is do what you enjoy and what you like, and that's what I'm going to show in my video, the way I like to do it for my preferred method of a whiskey old fashioned. Sorry, we do the rum old fashioned and the beard manners. I think the video will be a whiskey old fashioned because I'm more of a whiskey man than a rum man. I do like rum, but it's more whiskey. And then yeah, just keep it fresh, keep it simple. Sometimes you'll find longer videos work for you, sometimes shorter. I keep hearing about shorts are the way to go. It's in the little sort of 1 minute and under videos. I've tried them a few times. I probably need to be better with them. Maybe I just don't have the experience, but there's something I just can't really get involved. I don't enjoy doing them, is the truth of it. I will do more because it's a help. But yeah, so again, there you have it, guys. Those are my basic tips for those of you that would like to try and make it in the YouTube world, that are starting out, that don't have the tens of thousands to spend, or you do have the tens of thousands, or you don't have it and you don't have the experiences. Because this is the thing, like I say, bad advice to me isn't necessarily someone that's giving wrong advice. It's someone that is in a different situation and trying to give that advice to people it doesn't suit. So if you have got money behind you and experience in videography and filmography and sound recording and stuff, then my video is going to be no good to you whatsoever, because you're going to be going a lot quicker than I did. You've already got a great start in the YouTubing world. My video is for those of you that are like myself, that live an everyday life, that has a family, is the foremost of everything you do, that has to fit things around the job, and you know, and has minimal funds towards things. It's the way to get it started. It's like the positivity story, isn't it? It's very easy for a celebrity to sit on a dock in their Malibu home with £200 million worth of cars sitting around them in a luxury house, telling you how to be positive. It's another thing if you're outside doing some manual graft on a cold, wet day, or if you're on your 4th night shift of double shifts at a hospital somewhere, you know, seeing things that most people shouldn't. You know, it's a bit harder to find yourself and find your positive journey from there. So I think often these videos and tutorials to help people, they need to be pointed towards a certain demographic, I suppose. But yeah, like I say, guys, as always, I waffle on. I've said thank you, and I hope you know what this is about 15 times, because that's what I do, but that's what works my videos. So very different. As always, please give a thumbs up, please subscribe, please leave some comments. Always let me know what's up for the next videos. Like I say, I've got a few coming up soon anyway. I probably will have a quiet patch with the shop move, which is, as a lot of you know by now, is going to be sort of the late part of March, early April. I'm going to have a lot of things going on. I'll try to keep up with the videos, but I just won't promise anything. It's better to not promise and not under-deliver. So, yeah, as always, stay tuned. There'll definitely be a video next week. Have a good weekend, whatever you're up to. As always, stay bearded, and I'll catch you at the next video.